AR Icaric? I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. How's it going, man? Are you Roma? Are you the one that's been asking for the live stream on Monday that I completely forgot about? So hey Duca, I'm gonna go ahead and start the stream a little early here just to get my bearings. Um, oh, okay. I'll show you a preview of what I was working on yesterday. I should have been live streaming yesterday. I apologize, but number one, I was working on Panzer Corps 2 Moscow, which is like, God, that's really tough. That's a really rough scenario. Number two, I was working on this Czech build. And this is where I got to. World War II kicked off, and the Germans can't do anything. So I don't know if you guys have an opinion about how to play Czechoslovakia. Ikyurik? Ikyurik. That's once you explain it to me, I can pronounce your name just fine. Ikyurik. Is that correct? What is this craziness? So this is me joining the Allies. However, oh, my sound is all messed up. That won't come out. I'm going to have to relaunch this. Hunter, my man. Repeating steel industry blueprints, huh? Everyone's trying to exploit the intel agency. Okay, let's start Hearts of Iron 4 up. Hunter, you ever play Czechoslovakia? I was just telling everyone how I was working on Panzer Corps Moscow yesterday, so that's why I didn't live stream. 300x bonus years. Hunter plays Germany or Britain only. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's take a look at this. So the way I did this was screwed up. I joined the Allies, and then I tried to form my own Entente, and I can't, I don't think. So it skipped through invite Yugoslavia and Romania. So I'm just messing around at this point, but I believe it's possible to hold out against the Germans on your own, no help from anyone else. It would be nice if you get. So the thing is, the way I'm thinking of playing it is I form an entente of my own, and then I save. So I invite Romania, and I hold off on Yugoslavia, go Security Council, and you can't dissolve Hungary or Bulgaria right away. I tried that, and it takes too much manpower and too many guns. And then you can never hold out against Germany. So there's no like rush build for Czechoslovakia, as far as I know, on Elite Ironman mode. But if you get Romania in your faction, then what you can do is they'll give you units to fight for. So they'll give you an expeditionary force. And I think you can hold out on your own against Germany, period. But B, if you have the Romanian expeditionary force, you can do it reliably, which is the most important thing that I like to look for in these builds. I foolishly took Brno and Electra to get advances in my industry, but I didn't really need it. If you join the Allies, you don't need that extra industry boost. You have a recovery rate for days. You've got a genius in Ludwig Svoboda, 12% division recovery rate. I don't know if that's the highest in the game, but it's got to be close. And then you can go another 8%. That's going to be insane on the offensive. But the problem is you're pretty much defensive. So I don't know if there's a way... to start off Grand Battle and then go back to mobile warfare or even mass assault. You get a lot of bonuses if you go democratic. And that's what I did. And so you're almost all the way democratic. So, like, I don't know how... The only way to really hold out in this is to go democratic bastion. And then you can't go right. Which, this is the fascist arm. Like, I seriously think this is the only way because you get extra defense in your territory. You get extra a research bonus and everything. So once you're democratic, it's pretty hard to like push into the other side because then you start getting workers' strikes and stuff like that. But I'll try to post the build sometime by the end of this week or early next week. But I think that you have to go democratic on elite mode. All right, Hunter, I'm going to catch up with your chat here. Okay, so Hunter, we're talking about level 6 construction in November 1938. So if you're going to go construction, you could like... This is what I'm thinking. Because Germany is the catalyst for World War II, and if not Germany, then the Soviets, I believe, will push into Poland and kick it off. What you could try to do is just delay and get all that construction. I wonder what the build would be. Hey, Parker, how's it going? Duca says, yeah, even after nerfs, Germany still OP LMOA. Yeah, so someone, if chat wants to give me what they think they can do with all that construction that Hunter is talking about, I think what I would do, just because I'm a Germany player, I would go Germany, and then I would say, like, start the war late. Like, after I get nice and set up and get all those goodies, all the good tech. everything, and then max out the construction, because every one of those civilian factories that you build they're going to take about 10 years to basically produce enough military equipment to pay off. I believe that is the rule of thumb. And that's why I don't build civilian factories. It might not be 10 years. I don't know the exact math. I've had people quote me the math, and they said that it took 10 years for one civilian factory to basically produce enough military equipment to be able to be worth your while. Turn that clock back. Say it was 5 years. So you got a 5-year return on investment for a civilian factory. You would build civs for like 2 years, something like that. And then maybe even infrastructure, because infrastructure is as good as civs as long as you're boosting up resources. So you boost resources where it counts, and then you go the civilian factories. Then you build all mills all the time. And then with all the help that you get from Germany's focus tree, yeah, it would be, you could kick off World War II in 1941, and probably by then USSR is doing something. But that would be pretty fun, like a late war build. Okay, so let's get into the Barbarossa. What time is it? I don't even know. I don't know if it's 8:30 yet. Hey, Credfield, how's it going, man? I think this is the playthrough that we left off. Thanks, Ikarik. So we still have 15 minutes, so if you guys have any questions while you have my attention, go ahead and shoot. I'm going to load this up. I will be right back in 5 minutes. You can see that encirclement. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? That right there. I'll be back in a couple minutes here. Yeah, we can invite Hungary. Yeah, right. I'll invite, they'll decline. Okay, so give me a minute and post some questions there in the chat if you have any questions or just want to say hi. All right, I'm back. Yeah, Credfield says, sup, ma'am, time for some Czechoslovakian fascist. I mean, I couldn't figure out a way on Elite Iron Man mode to hold out. I'm sure it's possible, but it's not like it'll probably take me 5 tries to do it. Um, I don't know. It might not be possible at all because I don't know who's going to help you. If you went fascist and then forms your own faction, Romania would help you. Mm, it's pretty tough, man. Icarix says, "Do you know what to do to play Japan successfully?" I have absolutely no idea. I have not played one game of Japan. I don't have one load up. I think that you have to do the hardest thing in military history, which is win a land war in Asia. So you got to go up and probably knock out China like super quick. Um, so let me just get oriented here. So we're on KDF wagon. God, this is so powerful. You get 12 civs right there. That's crazy. Uh, the nice thing about the Barbarossa first build is that I don't have to worry about rubber until later. Like, I think the United States will probably come in around 1941. I mean, we got time. And then I can get this extra research slot. We already took this part of the focus tree build out. We're not going to form Reichskommissariat. We're not going to do West Wall or Ostwall. Okay, so we get the research slot. What's our next move? We can demand Sudetenland. Okay. I typically would just go straight around Maginot. Obi-Wan Kenobi. What will you divide the Soviet territory after the war? That's what we're going to find out today, dude. You know, we've got to figure that out because we can't hold on to all this stuff. And I know we're not going to get it right because this is the first time I've done this type of build. And then it's like, what are you going to be able to hold on to? I'm going to have a negative amount of guns. So, what am I really interested in? Would be this, the oil in Baku. I could do without the oil in Ukraine, so we could like take out. This is Ukraine. No, that's just straight up Soviet. Where is the Ukraine? There are no foreign claims. So the Ukraine is not down here in the Crimea. All right. I mean, we could give up. I think Belarus exists as well. There's not much here in Belarus. Like, we could definitely give that up. I just don't think that we're going to be able to occupy a ton of territory. I don't know what else we can hash up here, really. Good question. Icarus says, tomorrow I'm going to play Japan and only use bicycles. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. I don't even know how you build bicycles. I think I tried to do it once. And is it on the tech tree? It's amazing to me what's never talked about is the Kraschusen. I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, but the motorcycle divisions that the Germans had, or maybe they're smaller, maybe like a regimental size or something. But that's so fascinating to me. It's like, well, we don't have a lot of oil, um, but these motorcycles, you can really get around fast, and they for sure had bicycle regiments as well. Okay, the other thing we can think about is going computing machines. Uh, Excavation 2 is actually viable after we take out the Soviet Union. Half tracks in 273 days. Woof. We're doing pretty good on manpower. I think since manpower is such a thing, we should think about field hospital ones. Just think about it. We don't really need too much entrenchment after Barbarossa. Um, what would be nice to have is Marines. For sure. We can already build armored cars. God, so I got 5 days, so I'm going to go excavation 2, which doesn't really yield that much raw materials. I don't think it's going to make any impact in our problems here. Let's take a look at the construction. Okay, so how do I make more guns? Are we suffering here from loss of iron? Of course. Icarus says you get the bicycle templates from a focus tree. That's cool. Obi-Wan Kenobi, a tip you can work on and circle Soviet divisions. It really helps. How do I work on and circle Soviet divisions? Is that in event and decisions? Or Obi-Wan, do you just mean encircle them like I did right here? So we can invite Hungary. I don't really want to take the time to take them out, and I think it makes sense to have Hungary and Romania join our faction in the present state. Let's take a look at this again. 45% lack of resource, so we're going to need more iron. Doing good on oil. I'm not concerned about the chromium, but we could start pumping out those battleships, I guess. Icaric, I wonder if 7-2 divided by 14 times 4 could work with bicycles in place of infantry. I think it's all about speed. You want your overall division to move at a certain pace. That's what I always advocate in this game, is to basically have everything move at a certain pace. Your navy has to move a certain way, a certain speed. I try to put all the faster moving vessels together, and the same with when you're setting up your division templates. You can't hamstring your division template by putting in like medium tanks in with the light tanks. It makes sense in a real world sense to do that, like the Germans did in World War II, but in Hearts of Iron 4, it's like if I want to make a huge cut encirclement, the only way I can do that is if I have light tanks with this division template and do exactly what I did last week right here. bicycle Krieg then. That's hilarious. How do the Germans get bicycles? Someone's gonna have to post that in the comments. I have no idea. Okay, so let's get the stream formally started here. Looks like there's 8 viewers right now. Of course, I'll be posting this up tomorrow as well. So we are trying to get air superiority in Belarus, where the majority of this encirclement lies. I'm microing my whole Air Force together as one. Pretty sure that's everything. Could turn on air supply. Why not? Probably lose those transports. We're not going to use paratroopers. Okay, Hunter says you can get level 6 construction speed in November 1938. That's 65% construction speed with free trade. Just keep repeating steel industry blueprints. That's cool, but then you also have the offset of you're like going like this super long build, right? Because you're sacrificing your civilian factories early. Like, how many civilian factories are you taking out of the game before you get the equivalent of a civilian factory back? That's the real thing that you need to account for. So yeah, you're increasing the construction quite a bit, and I think it's 10% every time, right, Hunter? It goes 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Oh, it looks like there's only 5 construction, but level 5 construction, you get a 50% bonus. So if I had 10 civilian factories that are actually producing things, then that means for every 10%, I get the equivalent of 1 civilian factory. So in this case, we have 17. It's about 1.7 civilian factories every single time we upgrade construction. And if you're just joining us now, we're talking about Hunter's spy network hack of getting all the construction. We can apparently do it by 1938 if we span steel industry blueprints. Okay, so that means we're going to get about 10 extra military factories or civilian factories as Germany by 1938. So those will receive a return of investment sometime in 1942. So you probably want to start war at like 1941. It would be interesting. You could really, like, if you do that build, Hunter, you could really, like I said, go into some wacky tobacco. Like, you'd have a lot of tech by then. So you'd have some very advanced tools. Okay, so let's turn this on. I want to make sure that everyone's doing what they're supposed to do here. No, they're not. Where are these guys going? No, just walk. This is a little sketch. But all they need to do is hold, and actually if they hold, that's better. Because I can drop in and backdoor Stalingrad. They'll move back, though. Looks like I am ready to head to Moscow here. Along the path you see before you. It's August 4th, so we should have a few months to get this going. Get a mini encirclement going here. I really don't want my panzers attacking if they can give us some space over here. I don't want my panzers attacking into that forest. We should just run free in front of him. There we go. And we should have air superiority. Oh my goodness. This is a problem. Okay, we need to see what we're producing. My naval industry has just stopped. It's pretty interesting because my Navy's just off right now. It's completely off. Why do I have 2 Goware 98? Is that what I have? What is going on there? We seem to be supplying our troops with enough guns, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Holy mackerel. What happened? Did someone stop trading with us? Okay, there we go. God, that doesn't look good. Okay, so we are losing this because of naval route efficiency. Let's see if there's better efficiency with Siam. Of course, Hungary refuses. Icaric says, this is why you build civs. Well, I don't know if we'd be in as good of a situation right now if we had been building civs. Okay, they have to hold the neck. These guys need to be more central. There we go. I can probably kick the Air Force out here. It's looking like we're setting up ourselves for a massive fail here. We'll see what happens. These guys met their objective and now all of a sudden they're shuffling. Can't have the shufflers. Boom. Alright, now we should be able to do whatever we want. Let's see if we can get the overrun on that guy. And then take Bryansk. Is this scary to you guys? Are you scared? I'm a little scared. I'm a little sketched out. Whoa. What did I do? Okay, so we're just on field marshal orders. We need to... I think that this is going to be beneficial right here. Having von Weiss over here. With these kind of shoddy orders. Because he's not going to push past Crimea, and then we won't have that old Crimea problem where you take it, the AI moves your line back up to here, and then they backdoor you. So if he's not moving forward, I'm fine with that. He can just stay there. For now, it solves a lot of my problems. Okay, who's the guy actually taking this? Okay, that dude. You can fall out. You guys can fall out, do whatever you're gonna do. Alright. Soviet Air Force has recovered. Where are these guys going? That way? I'm assuming that's an overrun. He disappeared, so I'm assuming it's an overrun. And we really need whoever's responsibility this is to get over there. Munstein. 17 divisions. He has 18. Okay, so only one of them's out of order. So they're heading over there. Okay, fine with that. Okay, that looks okay. Let's get upgrades. Oh, Rommel's got improv expert. Get out of here. You're done. That is 10 out of 10. On Kukler gets improv expert as well. Runstedt can get adaptable or charismatic. I think we're going to go charismatic. God, look at all these bonuses he has. That's insane. This guy's got everything. Yeah, with that in mind, I think I'd go... I wonder if that's because of the field marshal orders. Yeah, Hunter, I mean, the civs are good. They're better now than they ever have been, that's for sure. I think before, though, I don't think that they were that great. Let's have him move up. Okay, kill count at this point, 2.9 million to 200K. Wow. That's sobering. Let me look at that again. Okay, 3 million to 200K? Ow. That's 20x? 1.5x or something? I don't know. It's got to be 15x kill count. So this is typically where we start to have problems. Because we're going to have to push right now. Can we just move in another direction? Apparently not. I don't like him in that forest over there. See, once the infantry came over, it was pretty quick. And then all these guys should be just heading back to where they belong. And then hopefully Munstein can get inside the pocket here. So we have some cleaning up to do. I need Munstein in this pocket. Kukler can stand right here. God, that looks awful. Why would it do that? Okay, now the green's back in there, which is what I need. So let's just keep it like this for now. They could force their way through there if they wanted to. Credfield, historical Germany, PogChamp. I don't know what you mean, man, but Mogeko, you've killed a third of their divisions. I commented on that one under the last stream. Yeah, I saw that, dude. Dude, you're pretty... that was an enthusiastic comment. Yeah, thanks for the support, man. That was a cool comment. I appreciate it. Okay, we just need to blast the crap out of these guys. We just need to blast them out of our way. Can we go over this way? He's still going to get in front of me. Come on, Munchstein. I need your guys to filter through here. The worst is when they start shuffling in front of you. Okay, it looks like we made it across. He might just have to hold there. There's too much coming up against him right there. Backdoor Orel. Stay on course here. Okay, it's better if he goes that way. Okay, I guess it's not going to let me do that. If I get around to Orel, then we have a river that they have to cross to get around there and here. We've got this guy uncontained. That's hilarious. There's going to be a big outpouching here, so let's see what happens. There's something wrong with... I don't think all of Munchstein's forces are on his line here. Maybe they don't think... the AI doesn't think it can supply the pocket? Not sure. Wow, he's single-handedly taken on 3 divisions there with a tank division. Let's see what we got here. So it's Guderian with shock tactics, and this division can pierce 1-to-1 enemy armor. Okay, that's good to know. So they must not have a high armor rating at this point, but let's take a look at my division template. How are they able to pierce? We have 4.4 piercing. That's insane. The piercing must be from the support artillery. And the engineer. They just must not have a lot of tanks in that division. Well, Gecko says commenting is fun and helps improve my English. Yeah, that's great, man. It's good to hear. I looked at my audience today, and basically my audience is 25% American, and then everyone else is, and then it's like 17% German, and then everything else is just rainbow colored, which is great. I love to see it. It's great. Just go. Don't get in front of my boys. Someone's got to address this guy in the pocket. Alright, we got Armored Spearhead, which gives us Blitz. So Blitz means that we'll go for Schwerpunkt with extra speed. Blitz is enabled only if the hardness of your division is greater than 50%. Is that true? 55. 57. That's why you always need to be checking that. Is it true, and is it true real time? These guys have all, they're pretty much fully supplied, so we're good there. We can get Moscow pretty easily here. And then he's out of range here in Belarus. Credfield says, what's my thought on field hospitals? I absolutely play them. If we can get this Barbarossa done, like, I'm playing really carefully right now for you guys. I don't even think I play this carefully in videos. It's different on a live stream. Feels like everything's much more important. You guys are watching me. Look at this. This is crazy. Like, I think we just hit a sweet spot where I got that massive encirclement, 90 units, 90 divisions or whatever, and it's the right time of year. It is raining a bit, but we have no mud. For whatever reason, we just hit this off perfectly. So I need to get von Weiss to get moving. With his 17 divisions, just go down there. Just do it. And then we'll try to figure out the Sevastopol issue later. What airport do they have? What airport are they coming from? Now that I have Moscow, it must be over here in central Russia. Hunter says you're going to get encircled. Probably, dude. Dude, Guderian. That's what Guderian would have loved to do. He would have loved to just freaking drive a truck straight into Moscow by himself. Let's get this cleaned up a little bit. See what that did. As long as we're making infantry equipment down here, I think we're fine. Okay, so huge boost to our fighter industry. That's awesome. Okay, so we're okay over there. Make sure nothing else went haywire. Von Weiss can push. Then I need to check out my resistance level. Oh! Duca, the Red Army is broken. That's funny. We're on forced labor. I realized that that martial law might be better because you have a negative 50% resistance. And you have much better... Let's see, this flag must mean compliance. You have a much less negative to compliance, and you get a lot more manpower. Like, based on these numbers right here, I don't see the point of going forced labor. Unless I'm missing something. I guess you have all these other things. Damage to garrison plus 30%. Required garrison plus 50%. We can't do this. We got to go to martial law. And then Poland the same. If you guys have any thoughts, please post them up. But I don't see why you wouldn't just go martial law. This gives you civilian factory repair speed, resource, and more resources. The compliance game is just awful. And the amount of manpower that we get is awful. I'm thinking that's what this third column means. Oh, it's required garrison. Because it says 50% and this says 50%. So this column is required garrison. So that would really free up our manpower. I see. It's the same symbol as manpower. Gotcha. Poland was steady. We'll see what happens when I go to martial law. And maybe some of these infantry equipment can be returned to me as well. Mogeko says forced labor costs a lot of equipment. Keith Miller says that one province to cut your supply is a little scary. I know, man, but that's how I play, dude. We're living on the edge. It was, hey, it's 2 provinces now. It's 2 of these little squares. Things are looking up. Duca says take the Caucasus and exhaust them. Absolutely. That's what we're doing. That's what I want to do. Oh, he's going to cross the Volga? What river is this? There we go. That's how you encircle someone. And they're just going to shuffle around Moscow. They're not going to go for it immediately. You might think about it. They just don't have any other troops. They'll wait. The AI will wait till all these are filled, then go to Moscow. What I need, I'm not going to go into the forest with my panzers. This is really the key right here, what this division is doing. So we can have 2 new axes of advancement to Stalingrad. I'm pretty sure that Rommel's going to be fine going into Leningrad. And I don't want to take my panzers through all this forested territory. Just so worried about this occupation. Okay, this hasn't differed yet. Not enough manpower or equipment to fulfill garrisons. Yep, that's true. We got to end this war immediately. Watching these guys. I don't want them to move into Moscow. Okay. You see how quickly this all changes. Let's see what Guderian's using here. Unexpected thrust, that's a good one. Against defend, that's a pretty bad one. The attack has been countered. Guderian with his Trickster counterattack. Use counterattack. Okay, that's why Trickster is so good. So he basically erased General Gorbatov, his attack. Credfield, go for MP and use a big cav division like 30 width. I think we already did MP, didn't we? God, all the games run together. Yeah, we have MP. Do you think the width matters? We talked about that on stream. Does the width of your garrison division matter? So we're using this MP division, and I mean, I could easily ramp it up. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. This is the division, combat width 8. I mean, I could throw that in there if you like. I don't have enough weapons to really help it out any. So it actually looks like going martial law helped in certain areas. Look at that. It helped quite a bit. And will probably equalize around 10%. Poland's staying the same. And the compliance is going to go up faster. So, yeah, I definitely learned something the other day. And I think that was when I was playing the Czechoslovakia builds. Mogeko, why are you still on free trade? You lack in steel and aluminum, which kind of cripples your production. I don't know if the 5% Bonus compared to export is worth the civs you waste for trading at this point. We're not going to go behind. It's 100% worth it. We're not going to go back and spend political power to go backwards. If you've seen any of my videos, you know my philosophy is to ramp, to snowball. We get our resources from the Soviet Union in this case. We don't get resources from our own country. We go steal them. So let's see what happens in 2 months. Let's see, what this looks like. It's going to look very different. So you just got to hang in there with me. And we might be suffering now, and it might hurt our production in the short term. But if we grab the resources from other countries, we'll see what happens. And the big thing about... Okay, they're just shuffling. The big thing about this playthrough right here is I want to find out what we can hold on to. Like, we're going to completely fall flat on our face here. I guarantee you. We're not going to know exactly what we're doing in terms of how to chop up the Soviet Union, but that's going to be okay. Okay, we've got a guy in Moscow. And this looks a little better. And that's looking great. Yeah, we're going to go 2 axis of advance straight to Stalingrad. And we've got planes to go for. So definitely need to focus on moving through planes. It looks good. Okay, my panzers over here are going to get through eventually. Okay. We can actually meet here and then head over here. Need to make sure that I don't outrun my air support. Hunter would go export focus when war starts. I don't think it's worth the political power. So I changed my stance. The number 1 resource is time, obviously, but I think number 2 is political power, and number 3 is military equipment. Yeah, Mogeko, I just stick with it. I just stick with free trade because the political power, to me, is so worth it. Varennes. God, you know what? They're not even stopping me. Maybe I should just go... Maybe I should just hook up with these guys here. Is it possible? That charismatic is going to mean so much. I did not expect this. I did not. This is... I don't know. I don't know if I've had a Barbarossa this good in a long time. Like, we could just take Stalingrad. Like, this is the province I aim for. Duca says, it looks like the Soviets can't keep up with you. Credfield, take Czechoslovakia for factories and equipment. Dude, I'm eyeing it, man. I'm like, I really want Czechoslovakia. So I'm thinking, like, that's what I was saying at the beginning. Bear Jews here. Hey, dude. Good to see you. Okay, so what I was saying at the beginning of this stream was, what do I do after this, guys? We always have to think, like, 5 steps ahead, right? What do I do? This guy's just going to go for the gold, dude. We're going to go for the huge encirclement here. And Manstein's already taken his units across. I'm going to take Kharkov there. We have the huge encirclement there in the middle. I'm starting to lose my guys here, though. Looks like they have some planes there. Get those out of the way. Okay, so this is... So I want the extra research slot. We're going to do that, but the question is, where do we go next? Okay, so I could either demand the Sudetenland, but will I have enough troops to go around Maginot? I won't. Like, the Allies are going to declare against me, but I'm not going to be able to... I'm not going to be able to declare against Luxembourg, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Duca, top tier encirclement. Thanks, man. Yeah, Mogeko. The next thing I'm going to have to do, so Mogeko says, of course you shouldn't spend the next 150 political power on export focus. Extensive conscription would be the better option. Yeah, dude. This is going to get dissolved pretty quickly. I agree. Do you think... So here's the question. Do you think that I can annex Czechoslovakia? Like, that they'd allow me at this point? Every time I tried to do that before, like, we could do it. I'm going to do it just for you, Credfield. And if we get in a sticky situation, so be it. Because I can easily just annex Czech and then go around Maginot. I just need to man the Siegfried line there. Okay, we'll do it. Mogeko, cast a dice. Take the oil fields in Baku. You know it. You know it. That's where this guy's going. Where's my third one? Oh my goodness. Okay, he's going to take there, and then he's going to need to make sure that the door's shut, and maybe even stand there. And these panzers aren't going to travel along the optimal line here, necessarily. So this guy's going to move up real quick because we've already captured that territory. We have enough air experience to keep going, the ground support. Okay, this looks awful. Oh. Why are they there? They get moved back? They probably got moved back. Credfield says I need guns. That's 100% accurate. Go to the next airport. I want to get their Air Force out of here. Does that make sense? It makes more sense for this guy to go up to Leningrad. Where's a good starting point for him? He's going to do better on planes as well. He could start here and then head up, but I need eyes on just basically what I'm microing. Okay, backdoor Sevastopol right there. Okay, Star, the capital, goes to Leningrad. Yep. And then it will go across country. Whoops, sorry about that. It's going to go over here. Is that Yakutsk? What is this town? Vladivostok. I think it was like in... God, why am I blanking on that board game? It's Yakutsk in that... in the board game. The World War II board game that I'm blanking on right now. Okay, Baku, there you go. Go for small encirclement step by step and think about lower your width for more guns. It could help. Okay. Is that, Credfield, do you mean lower the combat width of my divisions? Just to spread out more? Because right now, I'm just rolling, bro. Like, we're going. They have no troops in this sector, I'm pretty sure. Like, this is insane. I've never gotten anything like this, guys. This is real time. I just need to get stars. So these guys need to go through and just gobble up stars right now. Okay, so they got a guy in the pocket there. Let's take one of these guys and just let's make this encirclement happen. Get these guys into Sevastopol. He's going to stop off and get Astrakhan. Okay, are we lined up over here? Almost. So I'm trying to focus on my armored spearhead. He's trying to get out. Poor guy. He almost made it, buddy. Not this time. Not today. Okay. You're going to go through there. You're going to go through there. And then we shouldn't have any more issues with the Sevastopol problem. Okay, straight to Baku. He's going over. And it's a decent starting position. Saw the overrun there. Okay, we'll have him head up through these two rivers and see if we can't get a breakthrough. Let's snap up all these points along the Black Sea. Tidy things up a bit. Okay, these guys could hook back up here. Let's not allow them to do that. Okay, we need to get some daylight here. He needs to go with the main plan, I guess. Veliki Luki. Guderian all the way in the Pacific in Vladivostok, high-fiving the Japanese. I wonder how long it takes by rail to get out there. So I went over this with Lieutenant Joker, but apparently no one's ever going to know this for sure, but apparently over 50% of the Lend-Lease came through Vladivostok and traversed the Siberian Railway. not up through Murmansk. Because there's all the subs, the German subs here. But the Pacific is vast, easy to get convoys through. I thought that that was very interesting. I would expect this to be a 3-day journey. But I mean, that's a lot of trips that you could accomplish. It's a cool thing to think about. Okay, so they're still going. Just going to micro this guy so he takes up as many provinces as fast as possible. That's not a very good path for him to take. He should go here first. It's important to take the Caucasus out because you take this appendage out and your front just simply dissolves. I mean, it gets cut in half. That's always like my problem is trying to take out the Caucasus. This guy. Try to get the overrun there, bud. Yep. Okay. We got Baku. Thank you, Newsreel, for letting me know that. And we're going to come through and get a few of these VPs while we're here. I don't even know where the Air Force is. Where's the majority of the fighting? We have these pockets over here. It's time to start splitting these guys up, I guess. It is annoying once you split them up, obviously. Actually, that is pretty central. Why not set the sweet, sweet Azerbaijan as the next vacation goal? I heard the oil scream. The oil screams to be used by the Wehrmacht to report Stalin for oil abuse. That's hilarious. Okay, go right over there. I want to move their Air Force back. Okay, almost to Leningrad. That's not going to be the end of the battle, though. 9 division encirclement there. Oh, my boys. I'm sorry, guys. Cavalry expert. Cavalry defense 10%, which is perfect because they trail everything. What could they be doing that would be good? Let's have them go to Murmansk. I mean, they are down here, though. I find that this strategy is very confusing, but it also works just to send them in random directions. And it will actually help. Like, we could start a front line someplace, but it would take a lot longer to get where we need to go. God, they're just... There's no divisions anymore. No, Rommel's wounded. Okay, Chablinsk. Go, man, go. So this is a bit ridiculous. Oh, Moscow fell. What? Well, no wonder it fell. So we'll get this left flank sorted out here. And as soon as this encirclement's done, we can take back Moscow. I wonder if that actually helps me out. Because now if I retake no, it won't help me out. So we could make another huge encirclement right there. I'm telling you guys, stick narrow. Thanks, Bear Jew. We need to check their resistance in Russia. It's pretty bad. We were talking about earlier, I don't know if you were here, that martial law is better than the last three choices here because the acceptance is much worse. And actually you get better, the compliance is worse, but then you get better resistance suppression with martial law than anything but brutal oppression. But it doesn't look like we're going to get any compliance if we went brutal oppression. We could go brutal oppression for a short period of time, I guess. Mogeko, I would go for Leningrad ASAP. I don't know much. Equipment you've already lost to attrition, but you won't get anything back from Russia since they're already dry on equipment. Yeah, 100%, dude. I am pretty worried at this point. We need to just finish this off. All these divisions need to simply get it done here. Thought if I double-clicked, it would show me where they are. Just have them hold the front here, since this front is awful. Okay, so we only have 3 colors here, right? Who are we missing? Witzelbin? Got Witzelbin. Kukler. Rommel should... Okay, Rommel's the big one. So I guess we're missing von Weiss in the equation. And Kukler. We are missing Kukler. Oh, he's down here. Okay. No, he's right here too. So Von Weiss is the only one. I don't know why these lines are getting so stretched out. This is crazy. I could just leave this as well. There's nothing of any note around here. We need to get these guys back on the front line. They need to stop messing around down here. There's 7 divisions? Jesus. Okay, they should all move back up. He's doing stuff. Almost got one guy doing something weird. Okay, that looks a lot more serviceable, but where Von Witzelben was down there. Okay. So we'll insert him again later. There's just so much to focus on here. Oh, he actually got cut off. Okay, we can modify our government. We're going to have to go for extensive conscription, like Mogeko said, because that will eventually become a problem. So it doesn't feel like it, but we are moving quite fast. I can no longer micro all this stuff. I think that was all of our Air Force. There. It balanced out immediately, so that's awesome. This guy is encircled, but not to fear. We'll get to him soon here. God, there's one stranded division there. These 3 guys are just kind of holding the line here. We'll have this sorted out in a second here. Okay, anyone not moving? Everyone's not moving with Guderian here. Need to make sure that he takes out these points. He's going to have to stay where he's at for the moment. The faster these guys can take these huge urban areas, the better. Let's get Rommel's forces back on the line over here. Kind of. I think that they'll appear on their own. It seemed like they just automatically started appearing places. But if you guys know a better way of inserting them back into the field marshal orders, I'm all ears. We need to get von Witzelbin back in here someplace. Maybe if I delete all their other orders? I know what I could do is just go like that, and they all should go. That's probably what I should do, is just put everyone on these lines of attack up here. So these guys will simply push in. I think that'll fix everything. Since I was using the field marshal orders, I should use them to the best way that I can. Go for Archangel, delete all field marshal orders. I'm afraid to do that, Credfield. Just had them for so long. These little pockets don't really matter. This guy actually has a division in it. Okay, looks like we're going to get Moscow back here in a second. I'm trying to see what we get. All we can do is expand aluminum in Stalingrad. That seems pretty bad. Got enough steel now. That's good. Okay. Still have those two agents right there, and the compliance should be enough. I should probably micro them up. Like down here in Crimea, looks like that would be a pretty good place. Don't even know how to use them. So if I cancel that, does she have to make a spy network over here or something? War propaganda for 7 PP also. Does that increase our war support? Okay, we'll see how fast we get there if the Soviet Union is still around. I don't know. I still need to learn how to use those spies. Let's have these guys go for Murmansk, or Archangel, rather. And there should be no one off orders now, right? There's a ton of people off orders. Okay. So we're just going to plug into this and say, go for it. See who's already down here. Manstein can go for this arm. Weiss can go for that arm, and everyone else goes north. Okay, this is the problem. There's no towns. He could go to Archangel. Okay, there's some towns out here. Almost to Mongolia now. This is the part of the game where I think that they should just give up. Mogeko trading with the French. Heretic. Mussolini and Emperor Showa must be disappointed. I'm sure they are, dude. Okay, he's got a free path to Murmansk. I'm a little worried about these guys behind the lines here. We seem to be ignoring them. Okay, we got Moscow back. Oh my God, are they going to get Leningrad back? Oh my goodness. Turn around. I don't know, maybe you're right, Credfield. Maybe I do need to delete all the orders and then just redo them. Okay. Priorities would be infantry weapons. We've got 1K in support equipment. We could go field hospitals, and I think we should, because manpower is such an issue with La Resistance. And then we're going to demand Sudetenland. Someone said that. Why not send Guderian troops to Vladivostok? We could. It's literally the amount of points, though. God, their war support is... Their stability is 58%. We need to just grab up as many towns and provinces as we possibly can. Okay, so they got in there. No. Okay, we're good. Yeah, let's go to Vladivostok. I mean, that's not going to solve our problem. We can go through Mongolia. Oh, because they're against us. Is HOI4 just telling me right now that, like, I'm sorry, you cannot win this war? They're like, you're not allowed to win the Soviet war. Like, we've spent a few months here. They're beaten. They're handily beaten. And I'm sure I should have taken your guys' advice and just redone everything. Like, I should have just redone the orders, really. Okay. Where's this last guy? There he is. Sudetenland, yes. We're going to have to rush back there pretty quick if this doesn't work out. Dude, that's got to be game over, man. What are they going to be able to do now? Okay, we're going to go for the airport. This guy can move over to the airport. What is going on here? Maybe I have to take Murmansk. Okay, we're heading across the Soviet Union here. I took all the major points that I usually get. I'm doing all the usual quote-unquote stuff. Like, they're usually capitulated by now. Like, why would I have to go get Vladivostok? It makes no sense. I guess you're right, Mogeko. Okay, so Credfield says if we have a big army at the border of Czechoslovakia, that they will capitulate. See what happens. Okay, here's two dudes. Attack into those two divisions that came out of nowhere. Take out that tank division. This is not okay. If I literally have to go over... Okay, thank you. Okay. This is the point that I wanted to get to today, guys. And it's only 9:42, so we got here pretty quick. All right. We get 48 CAS, 3,000K SVT 38s, and whatever other junk that they have. Okay. Soviet Union capitulated. I'm definitely puppeting off Mongolia. There's nothing there that I want. Now, within the Soviet Union, what do we do? Mogeko, your boys are on a one infrastructure adventure. You know it. Now, they're in Mongolia. Now they're going to have to go all the way back to Czechoslovakia. This is going to be so fun when they refuse Sudetenland. I don't know how much more time I have, but some forces need to get on the Siegfried line, because if they refuse, then the Allies, then World War II kicks off. Okay, so we can liberate areas. I can puppet all of that. So I guess that means puppet the Soviet Union. Satellite. What should I do here, guys? Eat everything west of the Urals. Okay. These are the Urals right here, if I'm not mistaken. Do I take like this because it has oil in it? I'm taking it. There. Those provinces are funny looking. Okay, so we're going to take all this stuff. I hate that the airports don't disappear and you can accidentally click on them. So we're holding on to... Okay, go for Reichskommissariat. Ostland means puppet and trade resources with Russia, since you will Never get 100% compliance. Okay. Take everything but the island next to Japan. We're definitely taking the goodies down here. Okay, I'm drawing the line right here. So now the question is, how do I know what I can puppet off east of the Urals? Because I know if I just hit puppet, it will select certain areas. Should I get that? Well, Gecko says, as Russia, they'll keep their resources and you get a fair share of their factories. Okay, where is Uzbekistan? So if I satellite Uzbekistan, it's going to be right there. Okay, at least it tells me Turkmenistan. If I hit this, okay. So we puppet off all that area. What about this area right here? Irkutsk? Liberate? Isn't this where my main rail line is? I can't puppet this off? I guess it doesn't matter. Credfield says, if you get the island next to Japan sometime in the future, Japan will declare war on you. Okay, well, it's puppeted anyways. You puppet Russia and give them territory as far as I remember. Now end turn and give it to Russia manually. There's no way to puppet off that piece of territory. Okay, we have this piece of territory. I have no idea why. Give all the land to Mongolia and leave Russia in the tiny islands. You need to select the Russian flag on the left under your score. All right. Let's see what the world looks like post Barbarossa. So we took 87 states. There's a new Mongolian empire. Bukhara, Khiva, Khanate, Machka, and then a Russian empire. Okay, so I don't have to worry about any of this. So that's all Russia. Okay, then all these areas are now different. Let me show you how I set up against Czechoslovakia. Go right here. Know why I'm on field marshal orders. This is the province. If that's a town, though, That's what I do. And then I'll get Kukler over here. And then the rest of the guys should just line up over here. Why does this look all funky? Do these guys still have orders? Somewhere they had orders. That was weird. And then I need to get my air forces back from wherever they are. Russia actually kept their fleet up in Leningrad the whole time. They never brought him out for anything. Okay, so we have extra cast. That's awesome. And then let's take a look at the resistance issue here. Okay, so that's all going to normalize. My gun problems are also going to be gone very quickly because I have these Gowers coming in. Do I actually not have enough support equipment? No. Because I'm building field hospitals, so should have enough support equipment. We've got enough tanks. Wow. What type of tanks did we get? Not that many Russian tanks. It's mainly Panzer I. Okay, so what I need to do is build the Westby. That's what needs to happen. Because those Panzer Is are 10 kilometers an hour, not 12. They're going to slow my Panzer divisions down. Good point, Magecko. I need to end the oil from the U.S. Looks like I still need plenty of aluminum, though. Let's see what I can get over here. I definitely need steel. The 75 war propaganda is gone, so we can't get that anymore, Credfield. We're not going to do any of this paramilitary stuff. I mean, how much iron do I really need? I actually don't need that much iron. If there's any way I could get aluminum, I'm probably good on aluminum. I'm going to save my political power here. I think we're okay. Okay, so let's see what happens when we demand Sudetenland. How does all that oil translate? I guess I'm free trade, but all that oil translates into 18. Let's honor the heroes of the last war. And we get Schwerpunkt. It felt like I got a lot less army XP this time around. That was interesting. Expand the infrastructure if you need a certain resource. Yes, absolutely. See, that's why I like playing with you guys, because, I mean, I can't think of everything. And this is not like a planned video where I sat here and practiced a few times before I did it, so that's a good point. Bear Geo. I'm not going to build infrastructure over here in occupied territories because I yield less, right? I yield less resources to the tune of, it says right here, right? I should get a lot less resources. Oh, here it is. In the states you are controlling and with your current law and other modifiers, you are able to access 37% of those resources. So if I did build infrastructure over there, it would mean much less. And Poland as well. I noticed that the compliance in Poland is getting a lot better. Credfield wants me to repair first. I see it as the free repair is gonna be fine handling that. So we could get more iron. We need excavation 3 to get these tungsten mines. The aluminum around Stalingrad would be good, but that's excavation 4. We need to focus on a lot of other things. So let's see what happens here when we demand Sudetenland. That's going to be the big testing question here. So I think we ate the Soviet Union just fine. I think your suggestions were great. And it's going to be hard for us to get attacked from the east now. We have all of our puppets capping off the British Raj. Iran, Turkey's not going to declare war against us. They're not going to join the Allies, as far as I know. It's the border gore right here. One of you guys mentioned they couldn't stand the border gore of skipping Czechoslovakia. That was so hilarious. Okay, what to go next here? Let's get air superiority. I don't know why it says ground support, yet he provides air superiority. I guess that indirectly makes sense. That makes sense. I just thought it would buff Cass, but Goering was a fighter pilot, so I assume he would affect air superiority. Wasted PP, yeah, it absolutely was, but maybe not, I don't know. Okay, formation fighting. Air support, superiority, mission efficiency. Air superiority is the key. So I'm not sure, like everything should be air superiority first, in my opinion. It used to be Cass. I don't know what the current YouTubers are saying, what the current MP guys are saying, but basically, in my opinion, you either have air superiority or you don't. You combine the air superiority with your armored spearhead, you're good to go. Like, you can do anything. I just proved it. You can do whatever you want. But if you spread things out, concentrating everything is much better. And even, it seems more so. Oh, the PP would be wasted for excavation decision. Yeah, you're right. Because I can just, as Bearju suggested, I can just build infrastructure and get pretty much unlimited resources at this point. Okay, the Munich Conference. So we get gain base war support 10%, gain base stability +5. We are running on all 4 cylinders right here. Do we just get the Sudetenland? I would go for this every time. I thought World War II triggers at this point. They just gave it to us. What the heck, Credfield? What the heck? This is insane. So World War II is just not going to stop? Is it literally the army? Is it the fact that I have the army there? Were you just joking, whoever said that? Someone told me, I don't know, we were busy in the Russian front, but basically you put a big army around them and they'll capitulate. That could very well be the case. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is going to be odd, but just bear with me. We need so many more guns, so we're going to go more Gewehr. But then when I get the infantry equipment too, I'm going to turn this into it. We should retain some degree of production efficiency, but everything new is going to go there. 89 days till we get the MP38. Can you conquer the Baltic states? My OCD is hurting. Frederick, was it you who was commenting about the border gore? Bearju, if the game is on historical, they will always say yes. Huh. Okay. Then there is no reason for me to not get Czechoslovakia, and we can kick off World War II in terms of the West on time, way ahead of time. So we can knock down the door in France by April 1940. I think that's when the Battle of France started. Things are looking up. The government idea HOI4 has been removed because its prerequisites are no longer filled. So I think he gave us a boost to industry. Building civilian factories or something, I'm not sure. And then he's no longer available. Right there. Must have been a Czech guy, I guess. I don't know. Was he part of the Czech industry? Not sure. I've never done research on HOI4, but he's pretty powerful. They've made it to where he has some value if you can math it out with what you're doing. I'm just interested to see what happens from here. I guess we should micro a little bit. I don't know what to do with these guys. They're just going to sit there. And we should manage the occupation. Oh no, we get... Okay, there's no resistance in Czechoslovakia. In the Sudetenland, at least. That's good to know. This looks fine. We need more aluminum, so we'll do that. I like how this automatically bounces up now. That was a great thing that they added there. Czechoslovakia, you mean South German territory. That's hilarious. Bearju, have you broken the French and British ciphers? No, I haven't. Should I be doing that? Let's head over here to the agency branches. You would have to walk me through this. We'd have to get it on Discord. Like, I don't even know how to move these guys here. Rooting out resistance. Can you stop rooting out resistance? I guess I have to control them through here. Are they just stuck there? Okay. Okay, I get it. Sudetenland is core German territory. All right. We got to get those guns going. Where does it say garrison log? How many deaths have we had in the last 12 months? Equipment lost 3,000K. Manpower lost 100,000. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Okay, so we got some the thing that I always forget to get is this landing craft. So we'll just get that out of the way. You get a boost to this with Operation Weserübung, though. I think it's a way ahead of time boost, so I probably shouldn't go that. Instead, we should probably get the anti-air upgrade. And let me just double check that there wasn't anything else. Oh. Yeah, we should go for the guns. We should go for the guns. Credfield says you can attack Italy now. What's wrong with the arrows above the spice? I have no idea. Spies? Yeah, I know, right? The arrows above the spies are super annoying. Why couldn't they be a gentler thing? Right-click on your Russian puppet, then scroll down to request garrison manpower. Man, Bear Jew, you're 10 out of 10 on this stream, dude. Like, love it. Absolutely. You think they got guys yet? Request forces. Nah, they have no divisions yet, but good idea. God, wow. That'll give you seizures. All right, almost to the first Vienna award. 1.76. We do have Himmler, so we do get the non-core manpower. Extensive conscription. So eligible non-core manpower is 165 million, but we only get 0.17% of that. Probably because of modifiers. Himmler helps out, but compliance probably outweighs that. So that's interesting. So Himmler gives us 2% core manpower, non-core manpower, but we only have access to 0.17 because of compliance, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if I said that correctly or if that's how it works out. It seems like that's how it works out. Okay, first Vienna award. Then we'll just head down and do Fate of Czechoslovakia. I get all the names wrong. So what did that do? Did we get more territory then? I never know what the first Vienna award does. It seems like everyone's shuffling, though, like we got territory. That's Eastern Sudetenland. It seems like we got this territory right here. Zwale or whatever it's called. Yeah, we got the Eastern Sudetenland for sure. Okay. And then... Okay, so you just eat a little bit more. All right. Okay, what's the next thing we should do? I'm thinking Walther Funked. We're going to lose Hess. Do we need more fascism? Like, is our fascism dropping here? Elusive Gentleman. Agency upgrade time, negative 15%. We could go Ribbentrop, 5% political power. Oh my gosh, that he wouldn't pay for himself for like 3 or 4 years. No, let's go Walther Funk. And we will immediately start building more military factories. All military factory, all the time. We'll go something like that, and then I need to worry about... Actually, I need to worry about synths a lot more. We can get 11 factories in Thurgan. Wow. That's just way too many factories. Let's get 9 more and then go synthetic refineries. And then we'll go dockyards. It's probably not enough refineries, though. Oh, it gives some territory to Hungary. You're right. But we did take Zwolle, unless we didn't get that with Sudetenland, did we? So Hungary got this little strip of land right here. Mogeko saying wait for total mobilization. I think we have to be at war for that. That's true. Save it for total mobilization. Good thinking. We're going to get recruitable pop down, but we have 2 million guys. Consumer good factories down to 10%? Jesus. Wow. Military factory construction speed 30%. Wow. That's something to think about if you're in this situation. I don't know. I just feel like the Russia first build is the build. Like, this is crazy. Gonna run out of iron really quickly there, and I need to focus on my air industry first. And we should probably filter in the attack bombers for when we go to UK and the US. That's actually going to be very important. That's probably good right there. We have enough trucks, we have enough tanks. This tank production could actually upgrade, and we need to think about upgrading our division templates. I'm not going to upgrade any of the existing ones. We're just going to pull out more. Oh my gosh, I didn't even go elite on these divisions. They didn't really even need it. Credfield likes France first. I think I just don't prepare for France properly. What I found out is that you need enough guns turn 1 when the country capitulates. If you have enough guns and manpower, it's really not a problem. The resistance is not that big of a deal. And I learned that by playing Czechoslovakia, because I played through, took Hungary and Bulgaria with enough guns, and then without enough guns and manpower, 9 day, it just gets out of hand. It snowballs in one direction or the other for you. So, wow, all this compliance is really improving quite a bit. And this went down to 7%, so that's great. We're going to build the Westby. We could build that real quick. Convert all those Panzer Is. That would be real easy, real cheap to do. Doesn't take a lot. So we could build more templates. Or I could build another tank variant. I think the templates that we have are fine. We don't have AT yet. Like, I think I don't need to modify the templates at all. Okay, Mogeko says, after this focus, you'll get the option to give Hungary a tiny bit of Czechoslovakia, and in return, they'll join the Axis. Okay, so that's why they don't join the Axis, huh? So can I get them to... No, now I can't even invite them to the faction. It's probably only if I'm at war, but then they'll join the Axis now that they got what they wanted, southern Slovakia. Bearju, no, it's based off stable war support. You also can go EU. Didn't if you stay war economy for too long in peacetime, you will get strikes? I felt like I don't know the strikes mechanic, but when the strikes happen, it is super annoying. So if you guys know anything about the strikes mechanic, please tell me. I would love to know. All right, we have Blitzkrieg. Enables tactic breakthrough, which I think is the same as Blitz. You need your division hardness to be greater than 50% in order to enable Blitz and breakthrough tactics. With Kampfgruppe, we get overwhelming fire, which is another good tactic, but I'm not sure that you need the hardness. But the 10 organization and the recovery rate is awesome. So maybe I should save this for the next upgrade, but by then we'll be at war. Any tank variant I do at this point is going to be fairly minimal. We're missing a transport plane production. Not too worried about that. Yeah, the strike mechanic could be for democratic nations. Credfield says if you have less than 50% war support during wartime, you get mutinies. If you get less than 50% stab, you get strikes. Okay. There you go. Credfield with the win there. That's fairly cut and dry. What is this that keeps coming up here? Not enough manpower, I know. Not enough manpower or equipment. We got it. Okay, now we should be good. I definitely know not to mess with that equipment either. So I know I cannot make any new divisions right now. That is 100%. Let's take a look at some of these glorious divisions that we have here, though. God, veteran experience level? Get out of here. Seasoned in regular, but my tanks are almost up to seasoned. That'll be awesome. I think it's a plus 25% modifier every time you're above trained. So these guys are just gods on the battlefield. I've never had this many veteran ranked units ever. I don't know what clicked there. I honestly don't know what the magic sauce was there. I guess we attacked into the Great Purge at the perfect time. I have no idea. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's what's alarming. They're giving me units. Let's turn this off. Okay, Czechoslovakia is not giving us enough steel. There we go. I guess a few transport planes would be fine. Okay, we got the field hospitals, which means we can conserve manpower at this point. The question is, which divisions do we want to put it in? And is that going to ruin my excellent experience here? It looks like it wouldn't for the normal type infantry divisions, because they're looking... All these divisions have really good experience. And we can retain that experience if we add in field hospitals. So let's do that. Experience loss, negative 10%. How are the cavalry brigades faring? I don't know if I want to lose the organization in my armored spearhead. So I'm not sure if I want them to have field hospitals, and they're just such a small group of people. I don't think it's going to matter. But we can have field hospitals everywhere else. Let's see how much of the support equipment goes away. Okay. So that might have been a mistake. I need to build a lot more support equipment. Start preparing. Okay, so Bear Jew. Request forces, request garrison support. Oh, you're the man, dude. Requesting foreign manpower. They will give us 1.72 million manpower? Are you kidding me? What the 1.72 million? That's insane. Let's see if they have any forces too. Oh my goodness. Guys, who came up with this? This is the perfect way of doing this. And then we need to trade with Russia. Okay. Oh my God. You're right, they do have all the steel. Yeah, this is the perfect way of doing this. Okay. Take that out. Are you sure, Credfield, are you sure you don't want to go Russia first after this? Like, look at this. Bear Jews, like, he's got this all figured out here, dude. He knows. Like, I'm just going to go this because why not? Could top off our oil if we wanted to. They only have 9 oil, though. That's hilarious. They've got all these other resources, but not oil. We took all the oil from them. Bear Jew, I will gladly check the resistance for you here. So this stuff is going to go way down, down, down. I just need to supply them with guns, right? That's all I need to worry about. And then we're going to have a large uptick in our manpower, I would assume. Hunt and delay, air support, mission efficiency, 20%. Perfect. That'll buff our CAS. And we get more Mongolian units that I don't even want. Actually, so we cannot request garrison support from them, though. What about Tanatuva? No. This is my puppet, right? They're in a faction with us. Yeah. Who did we put in power here? Konstantin Radevsky? It must be someone that is was in the royal family, I guess. Okay, so we can request garrison support from them. Okay, my question is, how do I know how much of a garrison we have? Okay, so they gave me 1.7 million. This is how much manpower I get from them. How much, how do I know how much garrison is going over there? Manpower provided by other countries. 421,000 from the Russian Empire. We have 1.3 million in reserve. Okay. All right. Jesus. Mogeko, right. Foreign workers, German guns. For the next time, it would be a good idea to give your Russian puppet all the oil fields so you buy them for basically nothing. Bear Jew, that manpower goes towards fighting resistance instead of German manpower. It's Russians. Okay, guys. I'm doing more live streams. You guys are teaching me quite a bit here. Thank you. You guys want me to eat Italy. It looks like World War II is going to break out. Should I invite Italy to my faction? What do you think? I'll just keep it up there for a minute. Okay, I usually do all of Czechoslovakia belongs to the Reich. We can partition Czechoslovakia with Hungary. I'm assuming, so we have our manpower issue taken care of. So we shouldn't have to worry about too much resistance. Set up Slovakia as a puppet state. German Reich annexes Czechoslovakia, gain base war support 10%. Okay, we get the war support no matter what. We'll annex Italy, but I like to keep that up there and bring them into the fold if I can't go around Maginot. Sure, let's just do the puppet state thing. I don't want to lose political power at this point. I do want to put the squeeze on Czechoslovakia, though. Okay, so we're going to go around Maginot. Wow, what a circuitous route here. June 1939. Granted, though, I have been able to take out the U.S. in 38. Been able to take out most of Europe and the U.S. by 38, so this is a slow build for me. All right, guys, it's 10:30. I'm going to hang out for a little longer and just chat with you guys, but I'm going to stop the gameplay at this point. So please put any comments that you have, questions, anything. And I just want to take a look at this. So it's going to be 28 days. This is all taken care of. This all looks great. This needs to fill up, though. So does that mean... Oh, and we got the Westby I need to start. Should probably be good enough for production. So we'll get the Westby going right there. Look at this glut of resources. I kind of wish there was a stockpile in this game, but I don't know. I guess they assume that it all goes to consumer goods. If it doesn't go into military goods, that everything is consumed all at once, which isn't quite what happens in real life, but that's okay. I think the stockpile mechanic would really throw things a monkey wrench in this game because it would be a little too complex. Okay, Mogeko says I would annex them after France is being dealt with. You gain an extra front that way. Okay. So we go after Italy because we can go from two directions. Over mountains, of course, but might even be easier if we take out Switzerland. I mean, we could go around Maginot to the south. That is a possibility. I could change this up. Right? Operation Tannenbaum. So we could do that first. That would set off World War II for sure. Leave this alone until later. Eat that later. Or we could just wait and go through Switzerland, the Low Countries. Now it's better to concentrate. It's better to concentrate. Bearju asks, have I used scout planes yet? I have not. I think we were talking about that last time. I didn't even know that they were available. I'm spending way too much time trying to do 3 different games here instead of just focusing on one. I did the France build, but I didn't do it with any of the new mechanics really. And the France build works. It works well um, without any of the new special mechanics. But so I didn't spend a lot of time researching how to do the spy, the intelligence agency, and things like that. And I wasn't fully aware of the scout planes. What I'm wondering, Bear Jew, is so gathering intelligence on enemy troop movements and providing reports of enemy naval deployments has been the original mission for airplanes since their first development in the Great War, and is still an important mission. So you can gather. That's all you do is get spotting from this. Like my thought is, it's going to take away from my fighters. My most important thing is air superiority in terms of my Air Force. I get to see things. Air Recon. Perform aerial scouting and intel gathering. If executed at night, this mission has a much lower chance of being detected, but it suffers a penalty to accuracy acquiring targets. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would ever use that unless it was extremely situational, like I wanted to see USA West or USA East Coast, and I wanted to see like the best place to land or something like that. How many planes do I need? Do I need to just produce one? Like the production is 20. Mogeko says the front itself should not be used for attacking. The point is that Italy won't put all their soldiers on your Austrian front. Yeah. Okay, so you just attack from the north through Austria? If you have soldiers ready to attack in the west. Berju. You can see divisions in. So back to the air recon. Bearju says you can see divisions and adds recon bonuses in battle. All you need is one factory for it. Okay. So I just put in 1 mil and I get however many of these things. It adds recon bonus. Okay. So let's talk about that. So if I'm Germany, though, I'm adding recon bonus, but all my generals are better than everyone else. So, because the recon lets the general pick the correct strategy, the correct combat tactic, rather, ahead of the opposing general, and they can counter better. Okay. How much is the recon bonus, I guess? That's what I would need to know. Because the higher your recon is, the higher your general is, the higher level your general is, the more chance that you'll get initiative. And then recon somehow plays a role in gaining initiative as well, if I remember correctly. I wish we had a war right now so I could look at the bubbles. Let's see what it says here under recon. Reconnaissance, the ability to scout ahead and anticipate the enemy, increases the chance that this unit can pick better tactics in battle and increase the amount of intel gathering from combat. So exactly what I said. So it's the recon bonus modified with the general's overall stat. basically. So if von Witzelben is 6 and the opposing general is like 3, he's going to gain initiative and choose his combat tactic first. And then the recon bonus allows them to choose a better tactic or something like that. What's funny is you can play this game and not even know about combat tactics whatsoever, but they do play an extremely important role in your division design, and I don't see anyone talk. I mean, I might put a video out about it, but no one's talking about the hardness in being able to enable your blitz tactic. I already put out a video on that, but I really had never seen videos on combat tactics. Because in a way it doesn't really matter, but if you really want to play to an extremely high level, yeah, you need to know how the combat tactics work for sure. And before I went through and researched it and then researched how all the aerial tactics worked, it really like opened this game up for me, understanding how to control things and what air superiority actually means and how to get air superiority and how to set up your planes is actually very important. Sorry, I'm just double checking that there's no one to upgrade. God, all those improv experts, that is great. We have a really good functioning army. Wow, Guderian's still only 4 level. But Kukler's 7. Oh, and he can get... Here we go. Another improv expert. Mogeko, this sounds like a great idea. You get a huge benefit when you compare the cost in terms of what you get for it. I mean, have you guys tested it out? What do you guys think? What is the testing? I mean, it's hard to kind of quantify certain mechanics like this, but like I've always said in my videos, like it's more of a feeling than anything else. Like, wow, I did really good. Why did I do really good? Well, you start with a base strategy and you add things, and then you kind of don't, you deviate with one-offs, and then you see kind of what worked and what didn't work. How long is it going to take me to research this? $193. This is a little expensive to research. Is there a bonus through my focus tree? If I go air innovations? Get 2 100% research bonuses for battlefield support. Ritter von Greem, which grants all-weather expert. That guy would probably be well worth it. Wow, so this kind of looks like it was buffed a little bit. Air Innovations 2 gains National Spirit, German Air Innovations, which grants Battlefield Support Doctrine plus 10%, Jet Technology Research Speed plus 10%. Wow. 1x research bonus for radar technology. Yeah, after we're done down here, I'm probably going to go for Air Innovations next. I'm really having a lot of fun with this build. Probably Air Innovations and then Naval Rearmament. Mogeko says Guderian hasn't been doing much, to be honest. He has only 3 divisions that actively participated in battle, and you use the tanks for exploring Siberia in the later part of the war. Very true. That's why he's still a low level. Absolutely. Yeah, mainly those tanks are moving around like recon forces pretty much. We don't need to demand Slovenia because Yugoslavia is going to attack me. So I need to start setting up and preparing forces. We have enough infantry equipment now. I guess we got that from Czechoslovakia. Oh, wow. They saved my butt. ZH-29? Okay, so now I can actually start making new divisions. Mogeko says I don't own the DLC, so I can't verify the usefulness of the scout planes, but increased recon for just 1 mil sounds really not bad. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, that's why they took out. So they had all those research, the encryption and decryption, right? Well, it's gone now. You can't really do it. So now they have added things like recon planes. It kind of makes sense. Bearju says I don't have the exact stats, but the next stream I'll start a save and get those stats. Okay, that would be great. Well, I'm going to end the stream here, and this was a lot of fun. Um, this is hilarious. This division between Russia and the German Reich. I probably just want to puppet everything out to Russia next time instead of all these individual nations. It would be easier to trade with them. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's June 1939, and we're going to go west, and we'll see how far we can go on the next one. But it's going to be around Maginot 3rd for the next live stream. I'll try to do it tomorrow or the next day. So, yeah, Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see how things go. I've been working on Panzer Corps in the background, and Moscow is really tough, so that's really challenging too. Mokeko says this stream turned into a game theory pretty quickly. Oh yeah, dude. Every stream should have a little theory in it, right? So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like on the video. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.